I lied to myself. I did something I promised myself I wouldn't do. I watched the Minecraft movie, and not only that, I paid to see it. I went to the movie theater to see it. And I promised myself I wouldn't contribute to the box office, even though I knew it would be a success no matter what. So yeah, I paid to see that movie film. And right off the top, I just gotta say, as a movie, it's not as bad as I expected. It was a lot better than I expected as a movie. But as a fun bad movie, it wasn't as fun bad as I wanted it to be. And I'm not saying the movie was particularly great, but it also wasn't as fun for me as a viewer as I thought it could have been. And also, I'd like to say, I'm not a child. I don't have a child. This movie isn't made for me to see. I'm a dude in my 20s that grew up with Minecraft. So, it's not really made for me. That being said, I still think that the comedy and the plot and a lot of things in the movie do talk down to their audience and really dumb it down and childed it up, which is something I'm never a fan of. As we saw a couple years ago, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish really didn't dumb much down, and it respected its viewers, knowing even that a lot of children would watch the movie, and I respect that. Before I was born, there was The Iron Giant, a movie meant for families to watch, including small children who still understood the movie. That's my biggest thing against the Minecraft movie, really. It constantly dumbs down the comedy. I think a lot of that comes from Jack Black. And he wasn't originally supposed to be Steve, it was supposed to be Matt Berry, which would really have changed how the movie felt, and I probably would have liked it more. And I grew up with Jack Black, School of Rock, Nacho Libre, Kung Fu Panda. Those were some big staple movies from my childhood. And for me lately, Jack Black just hasn't been great. He's not been on a great run for me. And a lot of the jokes in the movie are derived from Jack Black just saying words in a funny way. Like, at that point, we could have just gotten Adam Sandler to be Steve. Like, I'm talking, like, you know, Billy Madison or fucking Waterboy voice saying chicken jockey and Flint and Steel. All the stupid, oh, this is an item from the game call-outs. And that was a lot of the movie, honestly. If you took a shot for every time Jack Black said the name of an item from Minecraft as like, this is what this item is, and not just, yeah, that is the explaining things, you would die. Another thing I'll grant the movie is the jokes I did actually laugh at, and some of them I did laugh kind of hard at a few of them. They weren't shown in the trailers. I'll give them that. And I don't think I'm going to spoil my biggest laughter. But the way Jack Black says finances, like halfway through the movie, is I don't know, man. That shit got me. And I feel like I've been dogging on it a lot. And that is something I'm able to do. You know, I can like something and criticize it. I didn't like the Minecraft movie, and I can dog on it, but I will say this. I do think there is a movie that is pretty good somewhere in there. I just think it should have been rated like PG-13 and divorced from Minecraft. Like, when they're in the real world, it feels like there's elements of movies that came out before I was born. Like, there is some DNA from The Goonies, Sandlot. A little bit later, I was alive for this one, Napoleon Dynamite, there's a little bit there. Nacho Libre, there's stuff there that harkens back to an era of movie that we don't have anymore, that I think people still enjoy, but we just don't make them anymore. Because everything has to be a giant IP that's already established. Everything has to be a remake. Everything is a sequel. Nothing is original Hollywood at the moment. And I think Minecraft movie suffers from that. If it was an original movie, a coming-of-age story, which we don't see that often unless it's attached to a big IP, like the fucking Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, what's that other than a coming-of-age movie story? Sorry, that's just a little rant. We don't really have those stories anymore, and I feel like there is a place for them in movies, in cinema. But the only time we get them, it's attached to another franchise and it's ham-fisted in because that's the movie that was really going to be made, but it wouldn't have made money. And that... fuck. And one of my biggest problems with the Minecraft movie is I was chuckling a little bit because they're talking about creativity, and then they're like, the Nether, where creativity goes to die, but some of the sets they made for the Nether and the Piglin stuff were more visually stimulating to me than a lot of the overworld stuff. It's like creativity goes to die here, but this is the most unique things I've seen in the movie. And also, up to the point where they said that, it was just cliche after cliche, and it's like, come on. Let's not talk about creativity when you just did 50 different cliches in a row. Like, come on. Come on, do something I haven't seen before. Say something I haven't heard before. But that shit didn't happen. This video is very ranty and rambly. This is off the dome. I tried scripting it, but I was like, I actually don't care enough, and I think it would be a better experience for me to not write it down and for me to just let you know how I'm feeling about it. One of the weirdest things that I experienced is I don't remember a single time they said the word block. I remember orb, I remember cube being said. The word block I don't think is said. And I looked at everyone I went to the movie with, I was like, did they say the word block? And none of us could think of a single time they said the word block. We're pretty sure they said cube and orb a lot. But block I don't think was uttered. There were multiple times in the movie I was really, really bored, or I had given up at points, because I was notified later on that the item that I was like, that shit is from Terraria, was actually from Minecraft Dungeons. I have played Minecraft Dungeons, but not the whole way through, so I didn't know that. And I was like, that is straight up just that is from Terraria, guys. What are we doing here? And they craft items in the movie that aren't in the game, and you've seen the trailers, you know what I'm talking about. And one of my problems with that is they're like, this movie's about embracing creativity. Part of creativity in my mind is having to deal with the restrictions and the hard set rules. Like, you can't break the laws of physics in the real world, but that doesn't mean you can't work with them to like gravity. Gravity, it's fundamental. Birds can fly, though. Planes can fly. Helicopters can fly. We have been creative enough to find solutions to these problems. We're anchored to the ground, but we found ways to use gravity and or to, not use, or to go against gravity to, generate lift, get off the ground. We have discovered ways to do this. And that's not a lack of creativity. That's a surplus of creativity. It's not giving up to the rules and still finding a way to achieve your goals. It's problem solving. A key part of creativity that the movie just kind of says, well, we're going to create something that doesn't exist and wouldn't normally exist in the rules of this universe just so we can get out of this problem. And that really bothers me. The comedy in the movie occasionally will get you, and it's like, oh, that joke is well written, but most of it is genuinely Jack Black saying a word wrong. Like, he'll just add syllables or change syllables to words, and it's like, that's not funny, man. It's just, you're saying things dumb. You're just saying things dumb. And a lot of it's also like 3-year-old Skibbity humor, fucking Coco Melon ass. I don't know if Coco Melon's even that bad about it, but it's like, it's just stimulus, you know? There's no setup, no punchline. It's just... That's it. It's comic non sequiturs in a sequence. But there is no sequiturs. You know what I mean? There is no sequence of events that are, you know, in line. That nothing relates to each other. And then they'll say something that's supposed to be funny. It's like, I know that's supposed to be funny, but it isn't. Because they failed at setting up the comic non sequitur by not having anything to base the original events on. There's no original basis for either what's happening or what's being said. So this random thing that happens is random for the sake of being random, and that bothers me. Jack Black is a talented musician. I think he gives his worst musical performances of his life in this movie. Like, they are genuinely bad. I can't stand it. It's tough to watch most of the time. My biggest complaint about the movie, the thing that bothers me the most, I mean, there's little things, like another small thing about the movie is at times it couldn't decide what rating it wanted to be. Sometimes it felt like it was a toddler movie for toddlers, and then they just say ass, damn, hell, like a lot, and it's like, okay, and now I get it. The decorum, the values from fucking 20 years ago when I was a kid are different than now, and I'm not a super like, well, we can't have curse words in children's cinema, but I'm not huge on that. Like, yeah, kids are just gonna hear those words being around adults, like it's gonna happen. But it was like a lot. It just stuck out like every time they did it, because it's like, oh, that's weird. Hell was like the one that I was pretty much okay with, because they talk about the nether, and it's like, we could just be saying the nether, but it is kind of a cultural grounding point for those that play Minecraft and those that don't. Hell is, by the way. That was just a weird thing that I noticed watching the movie. I was like, huh. I don't think Sonic even does that. I feel like Sonic... all the Sonic movies, I love, all three of them. All around feel like they are made for a more mature audience, but at the same time, if I had children, I'd be more than happy to show them those movies at a younger age than I'd show them the Minecraft movie. And they're also way better at comedy and drama and suspense, storytelling. I just don't like the Minecraft movie. It is brain turn off for children movie most of the time, and I don't respect that, because you're making things dumber for children, and I think that stunts children's development. Like, you know, I that might just be me that thinks that, but I don't like dumbing things down for children. Like, Sesame Street is educational. It's not just stimulus. Baby Shark is just stimulus, and this was a Baby Shark kid fucking movie. This is iPad baby movie. And I don't try to be like a movie snob. I like bad movies a lot. But this just wasn't fun bad, and at more points than not, it was kind of infuriating to watch. There is a good movie somewhere in here. You take Minecraft out of the equation, you get rid of Jack Black, and it's a better movie. It's a coming-of-age story, and it could be in an alternate reality. Minecraft isn't a game in this reality. It's an alternate dimension, which is weird. But yeah, they just go to a new world, go on an adventure. That's a much better movie than it being in Minecraft and it not obeying the rules of Minecraft the whole entire time, and then preaching creativity when it's like, part of creativity is the struggle, you know, the shtick of the struggling artist. There is no struggle for these artists, you know what I mean? So it's just like, oh no, I had a tater tot and a battery in my pocket, so I'm gonna make a tot launcher. What the fuck you mean? The fuck do you mean? Sorry, I'm getting way too mad about a movie that isn't meant for me to watch. But it's just, I don't like it. I don't like that it made as much money as it did. There are moments of it that are fun, and there are some very well written jokes in there. The end of the movie has one of the best jokes I've seen in a movie in a minute. I was dying in the movie theater. I think I was laughing over everyone after the final fight. The joke between the big bad and Jack Black, that shit was hilarious. Big fan of that. But it was, the rest of the movie just didn't do anything for me. I wasn't a big fan of it. Anyways, yeah, I've rambled way too long about this movie, given it too much attention, too much of my time. So yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.